Sorry if I'm dramatic, but to fit your mold, no one else be good. I'm an original, 19 digital, right? Certifiable, real so you know this ain't no GMO. I'm what I have it, money's a habit, comes being a rabbit, so I've been at it, these hoes try to copy me, but they ain't in my bracket. I shine brighter than the diamonds in that in my jacket. They take off nothing is yours, just imagine it and grab it. Be aware of your habits, work toward it till you have it and discover that magic. Our existence makes scholastic, it's unexplained, just like magic. I've been in pain, I've been happy, I've been estranged, I've been tapped in. It's your story to tell. Your words affect how it happens. Your life could be hell or heaven. It's all about how you grasp it. I can't call it, but I can. I'm psychic when I'm most active, eating well, working out, relaxing, drinking less, making more. Now I'm naturally proactive, cause the bullshit gon' come. That's just energy reenacting. It don't disappear. That shit's been applied like some knuckles. Vibing, undated when they was after me. Yo, go slow target practice like do anything.
After G4 is played, they take the check, the king activates itself. Both sides are getting under real-time pressure now. 130 seconds, I believe, although we can't exactly see the clock. This is the really secure drawing cases for life. The girl's frustrated, as you can see. She doesn't quite know what to do. Moves the work, which is like D4 or D4. One thing I want to get to before they're there is you're going to see a couple boards here. And it's important for this game to see a common idea of the black pieces. But this knight on D4 is one. The bishop on this diagonal will help with defense and create counterplay.
Hey, let me get that check, mate. Wanna see my words? I can do that for the best, mate. Let me see that check, mate. One wrong move, now your ass up a checkmate. You know how the game go. Friends turn to foes, nice guys into a-holes. You know how the game go. They smile in your face, turn on you for some pesos. You know how the game go. Friends turn to foes, nice guys into a-holes. You know how the game go. Something like Simon, if you would I say so. And I got the plug on payroll. And I'm looking back like a Lego. And I got memory out in Legos. Ever since I came in the Lego. Never give a fuck about a peasant. Paranoid, like I really want to sloppy seconds. Nigga, where did the shoe fit? bitch. Title laces up to the bitch.
White has a critical decision to make. Go to the end game, or bishop takes f6, or to play for h3, or moves like rook to e1 to guard the e1. Any idea that keeps the pieces all over the middle game might give White a little bit better chance if he's intending on creating an attack against the black king.
Hey, let me get that check, mate. Wanna see my words? I can be that shit the best, mate. Hey, let me get that check, mate. One wrong move, now your ass up in checkmate. You know how the game go. Friends turn to foes, nice guys and the a-hoes. You know how the game go. They smile in your face, turn on you for some pesos. You know how the game go. Friends turn to foes, nice guys and the a-hoes. You know how the game go. Something like Simon, if you would not say so.
So, back to the game. What we're seeing now is the bishop takes f6 play. Moves that are all forced come into play, and in watching this video live, actually, without knowing the result of the game, I first thought White must have a little bit of an edge here. White must have a little bit of an edge here. But a card quickly plays f5, what you just saw, which the whole point is to undouble these f-pawns, and leaving black with no positional weakness will point out the fact that really black is probably the only one to win this game. Taking advantage of White's weaknesses on the queen side long term is not going to be an easy task.
Hey, let me see that check, mate. Wanna see my words? I can do that shit the best, mate. Hey, let me get that check, mate. One wrong move, now your ass up in checkmate.
And hopefully you learned something. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I haven't showered, it's like the fourth day. I ain't working till I get off pay. I ain't into letting these hoes stay. We ain't fucking without no foreplay. As the rich get richer, we make the poor pay. Opportunity knocking, I let the door sway. Take a less piece of season, please, more A's. I read the brick that I'm bricking at least 4 ways. Now we killing each other, that's not my forte. What I think that we need is a little more yay. Jesus Christ, you took a teenage life. We need more walk-ups, no more strays. Disrespect on the hate and respect more gay. And if not, you ain't invited through my doorway. I work more when I get more pay. I haven't showered in like 4 days. Where my gun at? I haven't showered in like 4 days. I don't watch it if it ain't in 4K. The fuck you about with giving the wrong route? Shoot me dice, you are emotionless. Ain't no fool, but we got a full house. Places my condolences to the most intense. I'm way too black. Always giving the shit, you don't know what a colon is. These fucking observating my mama home. I think that was Trump and my Obama phone. Yeah. I'm way too black. Keep going city, cause you my favorite 8. That was a text from 2088. And I'm selfish when I push it word to Janae. Say the girl is eating now, bitch, on the way. She don't call women bitches, but I'm kind of vicious. Cause these niggas kind of snitches, so my guns started kicking. And they ain't on my waist, but they punch your face. Then they Jerry, make some quick creaminary, simply pretty legendary. And I'm just a dumb ass, squeezing dumb ass. And I'm all spending dumb cash, babe. I'm way too black, can't see me in the dark. Cross smile, it's a rap, nigga. Way too black, like getting stopped by the cops and not knowing if I'ma get a ticket or a shot. Before Amber taught you how to be a bad bitch, I was bad bitch with a bad bitch, far from average. Way too black, like God, what are those? And everybody wanna be black, that's how the game goes.
Too black would mean denying myself joys that society might think of as not being black. For example, I love Nirvana and Deftones, and you prescribe to a narrow vision of what being black is, and you may judge me because of that. To me, black is being free and true to yourself, and not trying to fit a mold. Being too black is denying yourself the freedom to be you.
Skirt. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gents, to your ceremony. I don't have a professional sound system, so I hope you weren't expecting like pristine audio. You already know what it is when you come here. You know why I'm here. Came to bring judgment. Boom. My bad, that was unnecessary. But thank y'all for holding space with me. Yeah, y'all. I don't know what else to say other than congratulations, because this cycle that we're initiating here is a cycle of liberation and completion. So the first thing I really want to say is, outside of the cosmic contract, you can think of Saturn and Aquarius as a cosmic contract. Outside of the cosmic contract that's being signed by your extra dimensional self, and if you want specifics, just look at to where Aquarius is in your chart. You are literally coming up on 2 years worth, heck, maybe even 10 years worth of completion. Now, technically, since 2008, if we reference Saturn's transit through Virgo coming out of Leo, that's definitely completing. But I just want to make sure we're clear here. This is a new moon cycle of liberation. There is an extraordinary level of success that you are actualizing relative to anything you've ever succeeded to before, that represents the literal culmination of everything that got you here. Vaughn Walker, I'm talking about aliens. I'm talking about how aliens are going to invade, not from the sky, but probably within people's souls. And it's going to look like Exorcism and The Conjuring 1, 2, and 3. And they're going to be naked people running through the streets. Other than that, yes, this is a new cycle of awakening, yes, but I just want to make sure we're clear. This new moon cycle is literally square Uranus and Taurus. Like, if you don't have a proper understanding of the supernatural, Uranus, fourth house to Saturn and the sun and moon, this is going to be your way in. This is going to be your in. This is inescapable. What's happening in this cycle are collective events that everyone's going to process individually. So, like, if you're still looking in the sky, waiting for a flying saucer or waiting for some kind of alien to invade this planet, they got your ass. They got your ass. Like, it's okay to kind of consider that in a postulate way, but like, you don't understand the nature of what aliens are. Aliens are more like frequencies. If you want to understand the universe, you want to think in frequencies and vibrations, like a certain Nikola Tesla said. So you have to understand, aliens are walking amongst you right now. Some of you motherfuckers watching me right now are aliens, fronting like you humans every day, literally. Some of you can't even be around mortals. You're like, oh my God, I have to be around these humans again. And you put on your human suit and then you undress it. We see you. The government sees you. They've been researching you for years. And they have CIA operatives that know you exist, but haven't confronted you yet because your alien powers have awakened too. And they really don't want the smoke. It's crazy. Everything that I'm saying is controversial and crazy. Things that have been hidden since the beginning of this modern civilization are going to just come out one after the other. It's just weird because it hasn't already been happening, but it's just going to happen. Unexpected events as soon as now. We're literally hours away from activating this new moon cycle. So if any of you feel drawn to literally write down on paper a contract of what it, the shadow of Saturn, like Saturn in its integrity is like the integrity of God. So Saturn is not a bad planet, but the Saturn of shadow, the shadow of Saturn is Satan in a sense. So some of you may be making a deal with the devil as you awaken the power with it. What makes this a deal with the devil versus a cosmic contract? It's a cosmic contract. But what makes it a deal with the devil versus a commitment with the Lord is the path you pick. Because people are picking sides. You got the left-hand path, you got the right path. Straight and narrow is the path that leads to heaven, but you have the broad path that easily leads to destruction. And some of you have not necessarily accepted wholeheartedly that you're meant to go to the dark side. The dark side has cookies. These are 3D glasses because I'm actually cool in real life. I'm actually cool in real life. This is very important. Some of you have not necessarily accepted that you're meant to be in the dark side. Universe has been showing you synchronicities, like a hard turn, like introducing you to people who are in the dark side, having random conversation with like certain gangsters or people who know the dark, like the universe is just like, it's time. And a lot of you have personified the dark side with evil or badness, that you think that because you're stepping into opportunities that are clearly dark, that you're bad. But welcome to the secret mission that will set you apart from the legends in this world versus people who will never fulfill their legend because they fail to believe in themselves. By the way, the difference between a legend versus someone who's not a legend is that that legend believed in themselves when nobody else believed in them. That's it. That's it. When they were at their lowest point and they failed and they failed and they failed, and everyone around them was outclassing them in a certain sense, and they had the least self-esteem, they never stopped believing that they're a legend. I'm gonna be Hokage! I'm gonna be Hokage one day! And the Wizard King and Pirate King. I'm gonna be Hokage of the village, and everyone will respect me. Some of you already done gave up on being Hokage. You know it was your dream. The universe then gave you signs every year. And then you convinced yourself, you know what? This just isn't for me. Come on now. Don't let the universe deck you in the face and remind you that you're a legend. You might not even be a legend. You still manifest in this legend. So, and you know what I'm talking about. The goal that you're afraid of talking about because you think it's batshit crazy. Like there isn't a single person breathing on this earth that isn't crazy. Yeah, I said it. So I just want to let you know, first of all, congratulations. I don't think that, and I want to get in the habit of telling people this, but I don't think that you've been told congratulations in a meaningful way. So many of you are doing things that are so new because you're manifesting ascendant aspects of yourself. And, most people don't even know what you are. See, there's who you are and there's what you are. And many people are struggling to understand what you are. There's still a very old world personification where you're blurred by like labels and outdated. Like some people still think you're a race and a nationality and a color. They're fucking dumb. They don't even know you have a whole spirit and soul. They don't even know your moon is in Pisces and you feel them before they come through. They don't even know your moon is in Sag and you see their inner hearts. They don't even know your moon is in Gemini. You're literally hearing their mind. They think that you're just some Czechoslovakian girl. They don't even know you have the spirit of Jupiter and you have the Midas touch. Like they don't. There's really stupid people out there like that. Like they really have no idea. They deny what their own intuition is telling them. They don't even believe it's true. I feel bad for these people. I used to be one of those people, and then I woke up Well, no, I never was. I never was. I always stayed true to magic. But I used to be very ignorant and I didn't really know things like I knew now. And so I'm just going to say, now that you've stepped into the greater extraordinary knowledge of who you are and what you are, the universe is going to be like, okay, like I really want you to think of Men in Black. This new moon is like the Men in Black because not only do you have to, if you think about the 11th, the 12th house nature of Mars and Venus, and let me actually just like show you so you can get like a visual of like what I'm talking about. So it's not like I'm just talking about it, but like you can see it. If you like see that there's like Mars and Venus and Mercury next to like Pluto, that's like 12th house to this like new moon, which is in and of itself like literally insane. This is like literally like a secret mission because like the 12th house is like secret to like everything else and like the hidden nature because you know like the 12th house is like a hidden house of hidden enemies. Well, this is like a hidden house, so that makes it like a secret. So I just want to kind of illustrate that this is a secret because it's like a mission Saturn and it's like a secret mission because if we talk about the quality of a mission and like you're taking a cardinal 12th house action and hidden and private, then it's kind of like a secret mission because Pluto's involved and secret missions usually involve assassination attempts. So there could be several assassination attempts that are happening, especially in gear of like war happening. And I just kind of want to note that like the universe is like giving you a secret mission that you kind of have to act on in secret as it like comes out and then like unfolds more naturally. And some of you may not really be ready for the secret mission because the secret mission is like a kind of mission where like you kind of have to really just accept the whole nature of something bigger than your entire existence that has always existed hidden in plain sight that you always kind of like knew existed but like you didn't really know how to like accept it. And I want to use like the analogy of like the Men in Black because like you're going to be visited by like an agent who's going to be like, yeah, I've always been real. And like there's aliens, like you see that mailman right there, that's a whole alien, he just has a suit on. And it's like you have to be kind of introduced into like this organization, which is Saturn, but it's in like an Aquarius. So it's like an organization for like aliens, which is literally like the Men in Black. And like, so you're starting this new cycle that like Jupiter's in Pisces. And so you literally have to like accept that like, oh my God, my world is opening up because they were fucking aliens. And like, I thought that my teacher in high school was like an actual teacher, but it was like an alien the whole time. And it's like, oh my God, I thought I knew what was happening. And they fucking called me crazy, but I was right when I told them aliens existed. And now they're recruiting me into like the Men in Black. And I just kind of want you to know how like that new moon cycle is literally the integration coming into an organization, kind of like Will Smith for the first time, that literally had to let go of his beliefs that he was in like some kind of normal world, or like Neo who like ate the red pill and realized like all this shit was like fake and was like a simulation. And but I kind of want to use like the Men in Black because like you're literally stepping into the new awareness of an organization that before this cycle you didn't really even know existed. And you just kind of like thought conceptually was like, wow, that would kind of like be interesting. I kind of want to note that this is square like Uranus and Taurus, which adds like this understanding of cringe, which just kind of blows us out of proportion. So I'm going to just say this analogy again, like I didn't say it 50 times before. This is so very important. Yes, I said Neo. There's a very important implication about this new moon, guys. I want to kind of literally feature because like at this stage in your life right now, we have not only completed 2 years of this rigorous Capricorn transit that killed close to 5 million people because evil overlords and fallen angels from the second heaven want to war over your soul so that they can harvest your energy in preparation for a literal Armageddon where 99% of the world population is going to be destroyed in mass extinction events. Literally, scientists have released the 6th mass extinction event. It's turning into Revelations, and next year Pluto's going to go into Aquarius. And before these terrifying baby geniuses in Pluto Aquarius are going to be born, who are going to take over every conventional facet of what we knew to be real. We don't even have much time. Like these kids are going to be of age soon, and it's going to be like every one of them is a dictator. And that's enough to deal with. But we're dealing with the literal apocalypse and this subjugation of, my bad. Everything that's happening is actually amazing. It's just so intense. That's kind of why I have the attitude I have. I just kind of want to let you know. I just really want you to think about the concept of, with Saturn adding a totality, right? You have definitively awakened superpowers 2020. You manifested the knowledge of it in your neural pathways 2021, and now you're experiencing it this year. And relative to 2020, where if we can actually look, Mars was actually like just entering like Aquarius, coming like out of like Sagittarius. Like if you can like see, it was literally like on Saturn. Okay. And then if we look like a year later, it was literally in Gemini because it like retrograded in Aries. And so at this state, when you renegotiated your contract the year after you started on the most extraordinary mission of like your life to kind of survive this psyop because the government was literally trying to fucking kill you. Well, you were completing it 2021, and we just kind of want to like know how like at this stage in like 2022, you're literally like completing this, and this is like a whole celebration. This is like a whole celebration. You really need to like clap here for yourself because like you're not even going to get the accolades because nobody even knows what the hell you are. People think like you're just some black chick or you're just some white dude. They don't even like know your soul. So like you've been doing things that only like a few people recognize because you're like out of this world, and now you're getting universal recognition because it's not like you did nothing. So like whether people gave you props or not, Saturn is like karma. I was gonna say bitch, karma. You're literally in this cycle coming back for everything you did, the good and the bad and the ugly, but really the good because there's no such thing as good or bad objectively if we just think that it is what it is. So what you've done, you're coming into the knowledge of. You are completing. Listen, my friends. Look at what's going to happen next year. It should terrify you. It should actually terrify you. So like we're like literally like right here, and like next year we're gonna have this cycle again, like at the end of like the sign, and like we're literally gonna end February like renegotiating like our contract, and like this is really terrifying because like after this transit, I want you to see what happens in a few months. We're gonna literally see like Saturn go into Pisces and Pluto's gonna go into Aquarius, and it's in the other world. We are renegotiating this contract one more time. And I just kind of want to emphasize how every Saturn transit, we come over like 3 to 4 times, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, like 3 to 4 times. And this is very, very, very important because these 4 times are a renegotiating of really getting the game plan set. So why is this significant? When we did this in Capricorn, this was establishing your power. Now it's going into Aquarius. It's strengthening the knowledge of your power. And then we're going to go through the last phase in Pisces while the literal world ends. Before a Freemasonic empire established its manifest destiny across the land and invaded indigenous worlds. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying objectively that happened. Okay, we transition from one world to another. You are stepping into this new moon now that you have completed the self-realization of your character, and you are fully manifesting electricity, Aquarius, the full knowledge. You are manifesting in this cycle the full knowledge of who you are and what you are. Capricorn was who you are. Aquarius is manifesting the full knowledge of what you are. By the time we step into Leo season, you're showing this socially to other people. But the key here is, shout out to Aquarian Essence, this is a mission. Saturn is literally like a karmic assignment. And if you don't know, now you know. Bleep. If you don't know, this is literally during the new moon going to unfold for you. Like that's what the new cycle is. It's a new cycle of knowledge, but it's a new cycle, thank you, Tem Music, of Saturn, total knowledge. Okay. Oh my God, this is so huge. I have to maintain now that you have self-realized who you are. For some people at the core, for some people personally, for some people towards others. Now that you realize the greatest level of who you are, not only are you stepping into this mission that's going to fully actualize what you are, okay? An individual is going to be super clear, okay? Great point. This is literally you coming out of your greatest, you've been briefed, success, being visited by an alien. You're going to be, if you don't believe me, you will be visited. You are going to be contacted by a celestial. And now this, I'm going to keep consistent with what I've been saying. The only purpose for many of you awakening superpowers is less about interfacing with other beings here. And the real purpose for superpowers is so that you can connect with your celestial counterparts. You need to develop your clairs so that you can develop extrasensory perception in order to discern the signs with your spirit team, which are extra dimensional aspects of yourself that you have agreed to come through and switch out. Some of you are walk-in souls, and then you're also connecting with soulmates who have their spirit guides. So for so long, while Neptune wasn't in Pisces, there wasn't an ability to come into an understanding of this like there is now. And you're no longer stepping into this like, what the fuck are spirit guides? You know, you're literally being introduced and contacted by an extra dimensional facet of yourself. Okay, for some of you, this is going to be an actual person who personifies these energies. Unless you're an Aquarius, then you're the alien or the Aqua Rising, and you're going to be this for other people. Some of you are going to step into like guardian angel duty. And like Patricia said, my body is ready. Capricorn fixed your body, and Aquarius has now set your mind. Okay. This is the most extraordinary transit we're stepping into right now, because it's manifesting Jupiter and Pisces, which is literally going to make all your dreams come true, because now you're stepping into the higher extraordinary actualization of what you are. And so you're moving with the integrity of the knowledge of self. And Aquarius here is going to connect you with everybody else. Now that you know who you are, you're going to recognize your soulmates. Before, when you didn't, you were attracting aspects of your shadow so that they can reflect back the boundaries you need to draw. Now that you know what you are, you're going to recognize counterparts, friends, and people that reflect this. And this is going to take your relationships to a whole nother level. I just kind of want to speak because a lot of you are already experiencing this now. Okay. Oh, the key significance of this is that and I'm going to say this again. The new moon in Aquarius, I want you to look at this. The new moon, right? That's going to be exact, let's say, in the morning at 12 degrees, no less. Oh, no way. It's going to be tonight. It's going to be tonight. Yeah. It's good. Wow. It's going to be tonight at 12 degrees. Ew. At 12 degrees. This is so iconic, dude. This is so iconic, y'all. There's a lot, okay? A lot of what's happening to you is introducing you and initiating you into the knowledge of the supernatural. This is a lens effect. The reason why this is hard to speak on is a good grip of you have lived this life your entire life. So you have been assisting people into understanding this. Many of you, like me, are getting initiated into this awareness for the first time. Everything leading up until now was to teach you bits and pieces of the supernatural that were so complex. It had to be interwoven into your daily life so that you go through these issues. Now you've completed all of it. That's why you need to see this as graduation. This is literally graduation, because this year is a transition year to end the completion. When we have that 27, wait a minute, that's going to be at 27 degrees. Stop it. Stop playing with me. Oh my God, it's going down, y'all. When we have that 27-degree conjunction, stop playing. Oh my God, that is insane. When we have that 27-degree conjunction, y'all, at 9 degrees, that is the final graduation. That is the final knowledge. And so from this year to next year, facilitating that Pluto return for America is you coming into the completion of the self-realization of knowledge as you become it. This is the becoming of the full totality of the knowledge of what you are. You're becoming it as Jupiter is in Pisces, so that when we are at here next year, You are completing it with that full actualization, with, of course, Jupiter in Aries having you start on that cycle as Saturn goes into Pisces. So you're going to be experiencing the supernatural quality of this knowledge. And this is evidenced by, as you can see, Jupiter and Neptune here manifesting the new moon with the secret element of Capricorn, making this mission secret. Y'all are going to be unfolded actions you have to take. You're not going to tell a single person, because when God gives you a mission and when God gives you a vision, it is for you. God didn't give anybody else that vision. He just gave you that vision. Goddess just gave you that vision. Goddess just gave you that directive. Okay. You're just going to know what you got to do, and you're going to do it, and you're doing it. So I want to illustrate that this new moon at this apex of the self-realization of who you are, manifesting the knowledge of what you are, is, and I will say this again, initiating you into a supernatural understanding of the collective you are in. Some of you don't even know the friends, family, and people that you chose and the universe has linked you with. This is going to open up in new eyes your true team. Everything is connecting together. You're going to see how integrated you all are, and everyone in the world who you are connected to, that you have a solid friendship with. But I want you to think of this as a Men in Black organization. Think the Adjustment Bureau. The square to Uranus in Taurus is the hidden alien base. Guys, I need you to listen to me, okay? When I say the Men in Black is real, you have not seen these synchronicities for nothing. The Men in Black is just a movie that is figuratively describing an occult organization, a hidden organization. Saturn and Aquarius is the high authority so that it can establish and fund the hidden Uranus base in Taurus that is making real the existence of these alien frequencies, extra dimensional supernatural beings, and stuff that's going to change the way you see, because the way you were taught it didn't tell you the full truth. This is that cycle where you're going to, for the first time ever in your life, step into the knowledge of this. It's just, some of you watching this, you already know. You've been telling people this. They've been like, you're delusional. You've been, some of you have been revealed this since you were born. And so for you, you're just elevating the level of which you understand this. So I want you to think Quentin in The Magicians, who he graduated from college, and he had no idea that he was going to step into a hidden university that teaches literal magic. And he stepped into a new supernatural reality of magic and witchcraft. I want you to think Harry Potter, who had no idea that Hogwarts existed. Thank you, Jimmy Jones. He didn't. But he may have always felt magic in his heart. I want you to think of Ichigo, who didn't know that soul reapers existed, but he could always see spirits. I want you to think of Will Smith, who became a cosmic agent and entered an organization. He got initiated into an organization that balances the affairs of the cosmos. That is literally Saturn and Aquarius. And I just have to understand that the missions he does are secret from the general public. If he were to tell the general public, they won't believe him. That's Pluto in the 12th. Mercury, I want you to see how Mercury is literally next to Pluto. Mercury next to Pluto, J-Lo, my God. Mercury next to Pluto is your literal mind being blown. Your mind literally has to transform, because it's like seeing an alien, or it's like seeing something supernatural for the first time. Now your mind has to literally die and rebirth to process such an incredible phenomenon. It's just, in some senses, I read a lot of Japanese manga. I'm not even going to lie. That is a fact. It's just, in some senses, this is going to recreate the fabric of how you process this information, and in the physiological sense, and allow your body to actually move in the most incredible of ways, because you're sending the Taurian manifestation of these circuits through the neurology of your brain, firing through your neurons, creating new neural pathways. In fact, if you're born in 94, 93, and 95, you probably have Neptune and Uranus at the last decan of Capricorn. This is awakening you to the next level. Okay. So I just really want to open that up and share these themes. Don't let anybody play you, because the gaslighting is at an all-time high. And like, on, people are picking sides. Trust that some people are meant to be double agents. So if you see someone at a side that you know is the wrong side, don't judge that they'll be there forever. You never know why someone's there. But if someone is gaslighting you, chances are they're on the side of evil. If they're gaslighting the truth of the expression of your spirit, that is an unforgivable sin. It's like blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. So they're on the dark. Like, that's who you can tell. I'm not saying that the people who are on the side of good and truth are people who are enabling your confirmation bias and believe everything you believe, because they'll check you. They'll be like, listen, you're delusional. I'm talking about people who genuinely gaslight your expression of truth that can be verified and is true. They are on the side of evil. Now that you're stepping into this mission, the duality and the divide is going to be clearer than ever. The wheats and the tares are more separate than ever. And the master has returned so that you can triple on your talents. And so if you don't necessarily see this like a secret mission, you're not going to really notice elite agents that might be targeted to pick you off. And this is where, if you think about Jupiter Ascending featured a movie with a woman who was cleaning toilets and ended up finding out that she's the goddess of the earth. This is a transit like that. And she didn't really have time to process the fact that not only was this true, but they're aliens from a different world or planet that want to assassinate her. And so as she's being targeted to be killed, unlikely support comes through in the form of a spirit team that protects her and guides her. But she has to make the decisions that leads her here to the final conclusion. People, that movie got hate, but I really like that movie. I saw it on an airplane. It was such a download. I was on my way to Nigeria, ironically. I think like 2015 or 20, yeah. So guys, congratulations. I really want you to see this as victory. Spooky. Jupiter. Okay. And I have to speak of spooky because when people kind of speak of spirituality, no one really likes to, like, sure, some people like to be like, tell me the straight nitty gritty, like, give it to me raw. But like, people don't necessarily like to listen to dark messages, because spirituality then is all about the light. This is a spooky transit. This is a very spooky transit. Neptune is paranormal. Spooky doesn't mean bad. It's just very spooky because this is highlighting hidden enemies at a corporate collective level. Like, it's one thing for somebody to just secretly hate you. And then it's like you have to deal with what that person does in private against you. It's another thing when an entire government has you on file and knows your credit card transactions and is literally monitoring you right now. Like, there's somebody who's paid salary to monitor you right now. Would you ever know? You don't know what you don't know. I'm not saying this for you to be paranoid, but the 12th house is hidden enemies because you're dealing with people or a collective who see your highest potential that you don't always see. And instead of confronting you about it because they're insecure, they're going to get jealous, even though you're not even rubbing it in people's faces. So you want to think of this in a collective level that's supernatural and otherworldly. You can't be scared because this is coinciding with superpowers activating Capricorn season and the knowledge of what you are this season to counteract and deal with them. Shout out to John Cena. So Jupiter is evolution and Jupiter is expansion. Sagittarius seeks freedom, right? But liberation and freedom is Saturn, believe it or not. It is Saturn completion that grants liberation. And so I have extraordinary good news, my friends. Over the next couple of days, you are sowing the seeds of extraordinary success and liberation in Aquarius, which is going to involve teamwork that manifests Pisces making the dream work with Jupiter and Neptune, because you're going to be aware that you know all the right people to make the impossible dream possible. And then you're going to understand with Pluto in the 12th that you've been doing it. You've been unconsciously doing it. So like anything that this is going to actually make you look at everything you've done in such a more legendary way. And you're going to be like, oh, that's what I did. That's why I did that. Oh, that's why this had to happen. Boom, 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 boom. For some or many of you, this is also going to be like taking NZT and evolving the strength of your mind. So you're sowing the seeds to step into this liberation. And with Uranus, that's now square this level of manifestation is going to shock you because many of you have given into the lie that manifesting success has to take like a long time. It really takes as long as you take it. And so you're stepping into new revolutionary methods of actualizing what you want and manifesting that it's literally supernatural. I was going to say damn near, it's literally supernatural. And to kind of be clear, you are manifesting divine magic with the collective. And so there's going to be perhaps so much money or at least belief and magical manifestation that this is going to kind of scare some of you because you may feel like you can't turn it off or you may lose it. But this is based off of work you've done for over 4 years. So you don't just set this up and then you don't get rewarded. So in conclusion, the first thing that I want to clearly establish is that you definitively in the next few hours are coming into the establishment of the new cycle of success that will see you complete karma that you've put in work towards since as early as the early 2000s. Pause for dramatic effect. You have to see this as a completion so that at least in context, you at least understand that this is a culmination of everything that got you here. Moving forward, you are being revealed a secret mission that is going to actualize the karma and the lesson of this year, specifically remarking your cosmic obligation to this collective and how you bring your individuality to the world. If you were born in 1990 and 89, well, this is the establishment of your destiny and your karmic mission. Your soul's mission is being unfolded. If you're born in 71, for those of you with North Node Aquarius, you up, okay? If you got the South Node in Aquarius, this is kind of unlocking a lot of that. Shout out to the 1990 babies. And in 89, we see you too, okay? Shout out to Colby, he one of us. Saturn about to meet the sun on the North Node. This is it, fam. They sending us North Node Aquas out to space. Like, we're Captain Marvel. We have to go out to the galaxies on some weird shit. But we are equipped. So yeah, this is it, B. I just kind of want to emphasize with this hidden enemies thing, are you implying a natural realization to the death in our soul's past life karma because Pluto and Aqua is close? I mean, in a way, yeah. It's more than that, but that's definitely a major feature. Just mainly because this is deep soul realization on a transcendent level. So this is where we kind of transform out of the old, outdated victim mindset, and you just have to accept, whether you want to or not, that you have an inner god or goddess. You have a divine essence that exists beyond your mortal self. You have a spirit and soul that actually metaphysically, okay, I'm not going to clap anymore, that metaphysically interacts with you. You've never seen it. It's invisible. Science now, postmodern fake science finessed you to make you believe, oh yeah, that invisible shit isn't even real. No, you're delusional. You don't have psychic abilities. We have a DSM to actually prove that you need help. You need our pills. No offense, you're fucking stupid. You believe in all this psychic spiritual shit. And so the fact that you've been finessed with corporate rhetoric and just a bunch of experts that don't know shit and can't tell you their moon sign is just a shame. And we all have to take responsibility for falling for it when our souls were speaking to us the whole time. But congratulations. You've made it through this. And you have accepted at a core level that you have a divine essence that transcends this reality. You can call it your higher self, but it exists. You either people who don't understand or accept it exists will be blind to what we're stepping into. If you know it exists, then when you're in places of trouble where you don't know what to do, you're going to believe in that divine essence and you will always get through. You will actually stop worrying because there is an aspect of yourself that exists outside the panoramic physical sense of yourself, consciously journeying through time, that facilitates and guides you from outside of this as you have manifested as its physical self, as its avatar. You know this is real because you have synchronicities and you have dreams. So this belief in this sense is now stepping you into the knowledge of things you've always known in your soul, but you just never really knew how to put into words until now. It's literally clicking. Everything's just coming together, and we're at a major milestone where we're not finished because the completion of this is going to be next year, but this is the full-on becoming of it, where you're experiencing the high level of this like a total gangster and a complete badass. I just kind of want to note the square with Uranus because it's going to be cringier than a motherfucker. gonna be cringier than a bitch. Sorry for my language. See, cringy. This is this is going to have to you being comfortable with sharing super eccentric facets of yourself, whether you want to or not. Because only stupid people think you're crazy, and only lame people think that you're too weird to have a heart-to-heart connection with, because they think that they're cooler than they actually are. And so that's really the only element that's going to, through outside influences, seek to inhibit you. But you can't allow yourself to be inhibited or gaslighted. You just have to not necessarily let your freak flag fly, but just really be yourself with no inhibition. It's okay. You are allowed to do that. You're taking responsibility for what you do. So do anything you want. Congratulations. I want to say once again, this is the definitive breakthrough of a lifetime. And everything that you break through as Saturn reveals the game plan and tells you the knowledge of what to do, everything that you plan now, you're going to do in Aries season. Well, you're going to manifest the experience. Thank you, 10 Music. I really appreciate you. You're going to manifest the extraordinary experience of this completion Pisces season through miracles that will adjust your perception so that once we go into Aries season, you are acting off the knowledge of this karmic mission. I'm going to say it one more time. The extraordinary quality of this mission, should you choose to accept, will blast open the extraordinary and supernatural understanding of your soul on a level with which you have never experienced before. Because outside of everything that exists and all the labels from people who never really understood what you are beyond marvelous. And a day like today and tomorrow will prove that definitively. And so this is Saturn taking you to the next level and fully liberating your mind. Fully liberating your mind. My moon is in Capricorn, by the way, and my progressed moon is in Pisces. Fully liberating your mind, your higher causal mind, into the full Saturn knowledge, Aquarius, of what you have always been. This is the introduction to activating the supernatural knowledge of your power and abilities and manifesting this so that you can utilize this immediately now that Mars is in Capricorn. And so you will come into a full knowledge of supernatural power that you have been using, but primarily specifically since the last week as well. Okay. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. We are going to end this with a collective intention. And because we have 478 people watching, okay, this intention is going to manifest instantly. We're going to make the intention, okay, thank you, Huey X, to manifest any wish you have. And if you have more wishes, you can. We are all setting the collective intention to initiate the total knowledge of what we are, as well as the superpowers we have just recently unlocked. We set the intention for the universe to step us into and initiate us into the supernatural. I want you to now focus on an intent and a wish that you have. Allow this to shift your frequency, and you'll do it right if your body literally shifts, especially if you have Neptune or Uranus and Cap, but not solely that. You don't only have to have that there. And you want to literally think and feel this as if it's manifested right now. Okay. I want you to now set the intention in your head or out loud. And then I want you to set the intention for everybody else's intention to come to pass. I want you to set a wish, as many wishes as you want. And then I want you to end with wishing that everyone else's wishes and intentions come true. And then in conclusion, I want you to set the intention. I'm going to do this with you. We set the intention for the universe, you, the totality of the universe, to manifest an immediate synchronicity and supernatural experience as soon as this broadcast ends, leading into the new moon to prepare us for the next step. You'll see a lightning or any synchronicity of your choice. Literally set the intention for whatever symbol you want to receive. There's an immediacy and instant quality to this that I want to show you. This is next level. We're no longer playing with kitty gloves. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations once again. And so once again, step 1, make a wish, all the wishes you want. Step 2, okay, wish that everyone else's wishes come true. And step 3, set the intention to manifest a supernatural synchronicity as soon as this ends. What we're doing is literally interweaving our intent with all of our intents. We've now just made like a multi-dimensional fold circle. And so because of that crucial part, your intent is coming true instantly, regardless of how time-based it is. The purpose of the synchronicity is to activate this, because when we end the broadcast, all of our focused attention is going to disperse. All of you have your attention focused on me. The north node is 28 degrees in between Mercury and my north node. So we're literally exploiting a destiny portal. Once I end the broadcast, all of that energy is going to disperse. That collective energy is going to manifest to you like a lightning bolt, and you're going to experience a synchronicity that will lead you into the manifestation of your intent and more. You are not going to know how to do this. You're not going to know how to step into it, because you're releasing and surrendering to inaction. The step forward will come, and then you take action. But then realize you already took action. Okay? Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to end this broadcast right now. Moving forward, you're going to extraordinarily step into the next level of consciousness as you interface with extra dimensional beings that take you into an otherworldly experience. The way you look at people will never be the same. The way you talk to people will never be the same. The way you see world events will never be the same. The way you understand the supernatural will never be the same. The way you think about magic will never be the same. The way you look at numbers will never be the same. The way you interface inanimate objects, acknowledging that there is a soul in everything, will never be the same. Similar to how every object is really just energy. The way you think about energy will never be the same. The way you look up at the stars and realize about life beyond this planet will never be the same. The way that you think about your physical vessel and Merkaba will never be the same. The way you feel your soul will never be the same. The way you express your spirit will never be the same. And this initiation at a high galactic level is stepping you into the next level of utilizing the force. And so the last thing I have to say is, this is the initiation into Star Wars. Many of you are going to step into the reality of the existence of interstellar intergalactic organizations beyond even the Men in Black, and extra dimensional organizations like the Adjustment Bureau that actually shift destiny. So just like in Jupiter Ascending, if an explosion happened right now, it'll be cleaned and you wouldn't even see it. You're going to accept multidimensional and supernatural, abstract natures of existence that overlap in reality in ways that will blow your mind because there's no way to consciously understand it, but it's still true. You're going to be seeing into it because you've literally seen synchronicities that have confirmed this. And the reason why this is very important, as you really step into this initiation into using the force, where everyone is stepping into this initiation of using the force, whether you're a yin yang master or an apprentice, the significant thing here, guys, is that you're activating the force in the highest level, and you are going to be chosen whether to develop the light side of the force or the dark side of the force. Many of you, a few of you are going to be thrust. Many of you are going to go into the light side, and you're going to pioneer new ways to express the light. A few of you are going to be pushed into the heart of darkness, and you're going to step into the dark side. You know that this is you if you've been doing light work for like your whole life. You know how you take a college course and you need to have prerequisites? Well, for some of you, your prerequisites for the dark side was light work, astrology. Okay. Some people think that witchcraft is the dark side, but there's certain elements of witchcraft that's light work or distorted light work. Okay. The dark side is deep. You'll know you're going to the dark side because you deal with mental illnesses with people, demons with people. You're exorcising dark spirits. You're slaying literal demons. Okay, you're dealing with the dark currents and negative frequencies. And the prerequisite for that is at least 10 years of light work. Unless you are already adept. Okay, so this is going to be a new experience for some of you. Others of you who are just going to really push more into the light side, you're going to step into more of the power of inspiring people with your light, with your love, with your positivity, with your joy. Okay. And happy year of the tiger, because this is going to be one for the books. I really want to illustrate, guys, 2020 and 2021, when we went through these karmic cycles, it was not fun. We were going through an entire psyop. You literally had to create the building blocks in your mind to manifest superpowers that you awakened. Okay. So this is the actual cycle since those first 2 years where you can actually experience the results of that and then use that, become it for a year, and then fully complete this. So like, let's say 2020 was the year that you sourced the material, and 2021 was the year that you finished completing the car. 2022 now is where you're actually driving the car. And after driving the car for a year, you have all the experience and you're stepping into the completion 2023 where you really kick it in. But 2022 is the year you become the greatness of what you are in all its extraordinary splendor. And so as I end this broadcast, be prepared to almost immediately witness, like magic, the synchronicity and sign and supernatural occurrence to bring you in to the next level of consciousness. Should you choose to accept this secret mission, it is time for you to fully understand the knowledge of the Godhood and the divine essence that will step you into the higher knowledge of your true self. Godspeed.